January 23rd, 2026. How's it going, guys? Well, I got another video for you. What are we going to talk about? Kansas City, Independence, Missouri. We're going to talk about drugs, crime, and the homeless. And this last week has been a rock and roll one again here on East 47th Street, south here on the south side of Independence in Kansas City. Now, I want to talk about a few things I've seen in the last week here. From last weekend here, from Jackson County Sheriff was down here. Car went airborne into the old pit up here by the trailer court. You know, that used to be a straightaway. That used to go straight before they had made that down there, that drain hole down there. One thing I was trying to figure out on this one was just this car going too fast, and they called Jackson County Sheriff because usually Independence is in this area, or was Jackson County Sheriff following after this vehicle and they thought that they could outrun it, and they went straight instead of turning that. I don't know, makes me wonder. But either which way, it was down in the pit hole down there. And there's been a lot of stuff going on. A lot of homeless, man. Still a lot of homeless, a lot of drugs moving back and forth. This last week, we've had them going up and down East 47th Street South. Now, Independence has been more on this end out here and up on 40 Highway. They have been stopping vehicles. They have been getting some people. But there's still a lot more to be done. And I'm going to show that. I'm all over here, all over from Wrighttown to Independence, Kansas City, Missouri. Parking lot up here off 291 and 23rd Street. A lot of stuff goes on over there by that Fentanyl over there, you know, that restaurant and stuff. A lot of stuff. But there are a lot of homeless goes around there too. A lot of stuff, not good stuff. And this last week, there was a gal had a baseball bat come walking across there. And I was watching this gal because they have their regulars, it's homeless and druggies, but then they have some other ones that go through there. And I was thinking, I wonder what this gal's getting ready to do. Because I've seen a lot of them on YouTube that have come along and actually hit the windshields of people trying to rob them. Hit the side of the windshields and bust them out. You can go on YouTube and take a look at it. But anyway, got this on the dash cam. It was over there in that La Fuente parking lot over in that mall area. I don't know who owns that area. They need to fix that light over there too. There's a light out over there, one of their main lights right in front of La Fuente's. I think, why would you want it dark in front of the restaurant? I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. And then this morning. Oh yeah, we don't want to forget that this morning. Get back up here across from Big Boys. Good old 7-Eleven. The best place in the whole world if you want to buy drugs. And I mean, there's a lot of them that running in and out of there. A lot of this comes from down on 40 Highway. A lot of the bikers, a lot of stuff comes down from 40 Highway and some of those bars. And there's still a lot of drugs moving. Still a lot of drugs moving. And this morning, this was at 7:02 a.m. There's still a couple gentlemen. This one guy got out of a vehicle, sitting there at the old 7-Eleven there. And he had a baggie full of like blue pills. I wonder what blue pills are. Yeah, I think that's fentanyl. Well, that's not marijuana, so I don't think fentanyl's legal. Is fentanyl legal here in Independence, Kansas? Well, shit, who knows here? I mean, this is like a sanctuary city here. They can just do anything they want. Well, they'll be happy when they come in for the soccer game, man. They can come and get their drugs right on up here. Maybe the mayor should go up here and look at this stuff a little bit. But anyway, this morning, this one guy took this baggie, and he, that quick. And there was really something. They left the car there, and they walked off. Now, isn't that something? But I'm thinking, also this last week, there's been several that they've been sitting on the backside dealing drugs. Now, these are the high class. These are the Audis and Mercedes. You know, you got a little bit of everything going in here. Lexus. And then the back into like where the tire machine is over there. They're not airing their tires. Well, that's how they're paying for those Lexuses and Audis and Mercedes, guys. Through these baggies. But anyway, and then there's the poor ones that are just working for those guys. They don't get as much, and then they, this guy to get out of this car was just a more regular, normal car. And I was thinking, yeah. But they didn't think anybody at 7:02 a.m. when it was still kind of halfway dark and between dark and light here, early morning hours, would be seeing any of this. Well, we're going to show that, guys. We like showing all of Kansas City. I have somebody, one of my good old neighbors back here in back, said I'm crazy. No, I'm not crazy. I don't want the drugs running up and down. I don't want the homeless running up and down. And, well, I look at it, if ICE wants to come over in this area, come on, because it would be liked here. We need all this bad stuff, all these illegals and all these people out of this area that are running these drugs and stuff. And that would be a good thing, not a bad thing. I lived over here almost 50 years here, and this is probably the worst it's ever been. Something not to be really good about Kansas City here, and it just keeps going down further. There's a deal that was even posted that I was also noticing too here real quick that just a FYI, me and my friend was talking about Worlds of Fun, how that now they're talking about maybe selling it. Well, they had so many incidents up there, and some of the rides weren't maintained. I wonder why. Not good. But it's just another thing Kansas City will lose here if somebody don't pick up the pieces, if they do decide to sell it. But it was posted on Facebook, and I was looking at that too. But anyway, just to get on with this, guys. So let's get on with this and see all the good drugs and dealings of Kansas City and Independence, Missouri here. Hold on, guys. All right, guys. So if you don't recognize this, this is the old 7-Eleven station right across from Big Boys at 40 Highway in Chrysler. And this guy, he got out of this car, and right about where you're looking at this here, he's passing a baggie. Let's see if I still got this in slow motion here. As slow as I can do it. But they're quick. So I want you to watch this. This is right where their hands are almost right there. And then they're going to walk off. Right there where the pass went. There went the fentanyl, man. Nobody touches us in Kansas City. We're untouchable. We rock here with the drugs here. And boy, they do. Now, why would you just... And then what kills me, whoever's running this place, they don't care. They act like they care. They left the car there. Left the car there and walk off after he passes a bag of dope. Well, isn't that something? But let's go back. I want to do this one more time. Let me take this back. I want to show you where... That guy's walking around. You watch it. Watch the exchange one more time. There we go. But then they're just gonna leave the car there. Well, it's okay, because this place here, you can drop and deal with stuff. And that's how they do it in Kansas City here in Independence. Now hold on. Okay, guys. Now this is over here in that parking lot with Fentanyl. I'm gonna darken that down just for a second. And let's see if I can. Let's get a little pretty glare. And there's a park that's not too far over here from all these businesses. And what I'm going to show here is this gal. She comes out around here. She's got a baseball bat. And it just amazes me. There's not call gals, prostitutes basically, homeless gals that are walking over there in those park over there and stuff. A lot of homeless, some druggies and stuff walk around here. I wanted to show this real quick, and but this was a new one. I mean, it isn't uncommon to see them carrying all different kinds of weapons, from machetes to baseball bats to whatever. But I just wanted to show that. Now here she is right here, and she's swinging it, and I'm thinking, this is new one, because they have their regulars and other ones, but this one wasn't just a regular one. And wanted to show that. But it just says, come to Kansas City, come to Independence. And this is where the soccer deal's going to be? Oh, man. I mean, we already got enough stuff here. Not good. Let me show that one more time real quick so you guys can see this. Like I say, I show all this stuff so people can be safer, because a lot of these people here in Kansas City don't want people to know what Kansas City's really like. But this is the real Kansas City. Okay? Now hold on. This was another one that was also crossing the parking lot. And this actually is, I don't know if you guys can see that. There's a new oil changing place over there. But that's the oil changing place. It's back behind where you can see it. But this guy, he was walking along, and a lot of stuff. A lot of these things moving back and forth. Now hold on. Now this is a guy that gets out over on the 46 area and Willis area. It's so bad over there. This guy, he carries a stick. Now this guy, he's not homeless. I think this guy's just an old guy. And I'm thinking, this is how bad it is here. And I get to think about how the mayor and all that say, oh, there ain't nothing. Yeah, there's a lot goes on in Kansas City from all the drugs being dealt. But like I say, they need to shut this stuff down. They need to turn it off. Then all those other ones couldn't be driving those Mercedes, Audis, and all those Lexuses. You see a lot of people making money on the side off all that stuff. But you guys can see that stick there, I think. Let's see if I can find a pin here. There's the stick he's got. He's just got a branch is what he's got. Hold on, guys. Here's another one walking down 40 Highway. He's got some other kind of, I don't know what he was, some kind of weapon or something he was carrying in his hand across there. You can see whatever that is. I don't know. Well, they always got something. They always got some kind of weapon or something. That's because it's so safe in Kansas City. Hold on. Here's another one over at that parking lot over there by La Fuente's. This is out in front of that pinball place. This is another one kind of staggering around and stuff. Yeah, not good. Not good at all. Now, this is up at a 40 Highway in Lee Summit Road. And they run a constant here because they trade off certain ones of them that are homeless stuff. One of them will sit there, and then another one will sit there, take its place. It's like they rotate them and stuff. Wanted to show that. Okay, guys, there's one homeless guy walking there. And I've been going up and down Lee Summit Road a lot lately here. I don't recommend it either, because the traffic is hellacious in the evenings for some reason. I mean, it's bumper to bumper. And I'm thinking we've had to have a lot more people come into this from different states. I'm looking at tags you wouldn't believe. I'm seeing Minnesota, more Texan tags and stuff. See, there's that guy there again. There's usually a gal there, or there's another guy that's been going there now too. But like they say, they trade off. There's a black guy, and he's always funky, man. He always looks like he's floating, because he's always jumping around and stuff. I mean, jumping around. I don't know. When you guys see, I came back 291 too, and it don't matter which way you're going. A lot of times, the traffic, there is not enough roads here to handle volume like they didn't put enough money into putting it basically from the highways to the interstates to have enough more roads to get people around. And what you're looking, I assume that these are coming out of probably Lee Summit coming back here. But look at the line, guys. Look at the line here. Let's see if I can get this done. This is nuts. Look at that. And that's crazy, man. That's just crazy. I wanted to show that. But Lee Summit Road was that packed too. Now that's weird. I mean, having that many cars, especially that packed on Lee Summit Road, and there's not a wreck or something. There wasn't no wreck or anything. That's crazy. And there's so many different cult groups here in Kansas City, it's not even funny. Now, what you're looking out at my house here with my security cameras. This is about 11 o'clock at night. And what you're seeing over there is a massive fire that they like to get in their circles. So I'm going to darken that down. Look at that. It lit up all those trees over there. Wow. You know, there is an ordinance that also says if you're doing rituals, that you actually here in Independence are supposed to have a permit. Did you guys know that? I've read a little bit on theology and different religions and stuff, and there are certain things you can and can't do. But I don't know. Hold on. I have to show this kid. Look at that. It's 11 o'clock at night. They're not burning trash, guys. Look at that. What do you guys to see that? Oh, they're throwing those spells and curses out. Ooh. Now, I would say the ones that's around here in my neighborhood, they're not all playing with a full deck on all of them. We do investigate paranormal stuff, and like I say, and I do believe that there's life out there in the universe. I do believe that there are aliens out there, guys. But, no, that's just another cult group in itself. Look at that flames, man. I wonder if that was a regulation deal with rocks around it or a pit. I doubt it. But anyway, this is Independence. Anything goes. Or Kansas City. Oh, yeah. So hold on. And I wanted to get just one more shot in. Look at that. Man. And that went on for a long time. For over 30 minutes. Oh, yeah. I got video on all of it. Now, hold on. I wonder where the firefighters were on this deal. Oh, God, they believe in that stuff. The Satan deal. So I guess it doesn't matter. Anyway. Okay, guys. So this is over the weekend here, and what you see all those lights flashing. I just had to come up 47. After seeing all those lights flashing, I wonder what went down here. These are two Jackson County Sheriff vehicles, and as you can see, there's a car sitting here. There's their two cruisers right there. And I just thought, we'll go back up here and see if I can lighten this up a little bit so you can see this car. And I'm just thinking, I wonder what happened here. Anyway, they were going way too fast. Oh, was that a shocker here on 47th Street? Sometimes they go up at 100 miles an hour up and down. And that's not a joke. There's a car right there. I'll get my cursor right there. There's a car. Yeah, buddy. I don't know. What do you guys think of that? We don't miss nothing around here too much. But I wanted to show that real quick. Those were sheriff. I don't know if you guys can see that. The Jackson County Sheriff's there. So hold on. And I wanted to show this guy too. So as we started out early one morning, taking lunch bucket out, this guy's out in front of my house going down. And it's kind of a little bit strange, but very strange because he stopped out there and he went on. Like I say, we're always prepared here. We do conceal and carry, and we own our property. It is paid for, not like a lot of ones up and down the street here that where there's 8 and 10 people living in these houses renting. Well, that's right. You're going to be happy and own nothing. Well, I own my property. Do you think this guy owns something? I don't know, man. Yeah. There's a lot of them over here. A lot of them like getting in those groups. A lot of those activists, too, that live on down the street here that try to cause that chaos. Something probably, ICE probably should be looking into at some of these houses here. Because there are some that are probably not too good. Like I say, we have 6 security cameras to face out in front of the house. And we got dash cams both on front and back too. But interesting. I guess the lefties think they're going to take over. I don't think they're going to take over, but I think they're a lot of trouble is what they are. You know what the problem with them are, really? Is they have to be with other people. To me, they have nothing to offer except chaos. And it's not good. I mean, they like the drugs. They like the drugs flowing here. Why do they like the drugs flowing? I mean, if they like that stuff, maybe they should have left the United States and went down to Central America or something. I don't know. But not good. And this stuff, like I say, they need to get these people. Back in the 80s, they wouldn't even allow this stuff. People, you had to have so much money on you, too. If you were walking on the street and you didn't have at least a couple dollars in your pocket there, they could take you to jail. You just couldn't just be walking up and down the streets doing this stuff. I don't know, man. All right, guys. We're back to where we started. Friday morning, 7:02 a.m. in Kansas City, in Independence, Missouri. Nothing like getting that fentanyl moving, making some more of that money, so we can maybe get that Mercedes or Audi or Lexus. I'm gonna do a video on some of these cars too. Friends looking for a car to buy, and boy, Kansas City, that's another thing. Hold on just a second. Okay, guys, I'm back. I'm going to be doing one on cars again. I'm going to be looking for a car myself here shortly, another one. And my friend, he's looking for one. But this place is a joke. Because all these little car dealers and all these fly-by-night deals have bought everything up. And you go on like Facebook, you got these people that are buying these cars on the side too. And nothing's moving because it's all junk. I mean, some of these cars, they've taken and they've stuck engines in, transmissions in, done other things to them, and nothing even matches on any of this stuff if you go start looking at this stuff. But on top of that, not counting just that, I mean, what I mean by that is like some vehicles that wouldn't even say if you looked at a van that might not have a V6 engine in it, they modified it and put a V6 in them. They've done everything just to rig them up, Not good, guys. But on top of that, half of them don't have the titles. Now, something I think Trump and all the rest of them should crack down on? I don't think anybody should be able to sell a car if you don't have a title. And I think they should go after, I don't care who, when it comes to selling, they should not allow these people, you got, they just had a deal about this too, about just recently, a couple days back, they were talking about a car that got sold, And this guy, he got this one black guy, he actually got arrested. He was selling cars and then going and stealing them back from the people he sold them to. I don't know if you guys seen that. But on top of that, they're allowing people to sell cars that don't have titles. You don't own that car. That car basically is stolen. You can't sell something if you don't have ownership, a title. I mean, this is just another psycho deal here in Kansas City. No title, you don't own. You can't sell it. Oh, I can piece it out. No, then you're selling hot parts of a car, guys. Well, I'm just parting this car out. I don't have the title of it. Yeah, right. If you don't have the title, then you have no ownership. It don't matter if it's a car. It don't matter if it's parts. Now, who's looking at this? Nobody. Who cares? They don't care, do they? But they need to care because it's causing a bad problem here for the market here in Kansas City too. If you want to buy an older car or a used car. And really interesting. I can tell you things that in the last couple of years that people don't even know. There's basically a car lot on 23rd Street over here that not this last year at Christmas, but the year before, actually just before New Year's, they raised all the cars $1,000